So the case I'm trying to argue for is that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, because when you read this sign, I say so-called blacks because American blacks or African American.
Well, they could have called America back, but we were slavery, no, we were speaking American language. Thank you. Okay, all right.
We're all united because we have a common history through slavery.
American, no.
Right. Hey, Ali, a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
They don't know that we share a common history in slavery.
Indeed.
So we always try to explain that first.
Over 465 years of slavery.
Right. So,
and so,
it's that history that proves that we actually meet those names in the Bible.
Indeed. That'd be all of us.
That would be all of us.
Drum
28 and 15. 28 and 15. This is the only book. That talks about something years before it happens, and then that thing actually happens exactly the way it was described.
Okay.
No other book does that. Other books try.
Okay.
Who's the philosopher that they say that he made a lot of predictions, but he only got like half of them right? Nostradamus.
Nostradamus, yeah.
They throw his name around a lot.
Yeah, but they throw it around.
But when you look at all his predictions, best case scenario, he only got half of his predictions.
A lot of consistent, but you have Europeans that consider being all lies. Because all the European nations had slaves. So it's lies, they're all lies. So they're feeding it today.
And we're going to prove some issue they taught us in school that was actually a lie today.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So in the beginning of the Bible, when God chose a people that he saved out of Egypt, what was that people called then?
They called them Israelites.
Israelites, right?
Indeed.
So the Israelites were saved from another group of people.
Indeed.
What people were they saved from?
Israelis themselves. They were from Jews.
They were Jews, but they had to be saved from another race of people that had been enslaved.
Well, they said them Jews because they called them Orthodox Jews.
Who were they enslaved under? In Exodus, the Israelites had to serve who?
Well, I know they were white. That was true.
You said the Israelites?
No, I knew they was white.
Nah, not the Israelites.
Oh, okay.
We're going to prove it for you. So the Israelites were in slavery under Egypt.
Okay.
So remember, let my people go.
Let my people go in there in Egypt.
Right,
they were black.
They were in Egypt. They were black.
They were black.
Who was got?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
So when God saved us, he said, look, I saw what y'all were going through in Egypt. I saved you. But I saved you on one condition. You have to do whatever I tell you to do now. We said, okay, hey, you saved me, I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
That's right.
But we as people, we don't like to read the small print in the contract.
Indeed.
What we're reading now is the small print. Okay, you agreed that if I saved you, you would do whatever I tell you to do.
But he didn't agree.
But if you don't, here's what's going to happen to you.
That's why they went to walk around in circles.
What you got?
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So we agreed to do all the commandments.
All the commandments, but he did not do.
Are you familiar with the 10 Commandments?
Well, somewhat.
Somewhat. So, are there some of the 10 Commandments that you are familiar with that we don't do as a race of people? As a race? Because you have some people, like, I'm going to ask you, Ali.
Okay.
Do you lie?
No.
So you personally, you don't break that commandment.
No,
but as a race, do we have a lot more people that do it than don't?
A lot of people lie. Yes, indeed.
What God is doing is He's holding us accountable as a race.
As a race.
Because He wants us to hold each other accountable.
Indeed, wants truth will reveal itself.
What you got?
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
all these what?
All these curses.
Mr. Ali, is a curse a good thing or a bad thing?
Curse is a bad thing.
Curse is a bad thing.
Indeed.
So God said, if you break this contract, I'm going to do certain bad things to you.
Indeed.
So we're going to see that the things He did to us, including that slavery we talked about, didn't happen to nobody else. Because we're the ones that signed our name on the contract. Nobody else signed that contract. We signed it. Read the next verse.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
So bad things will happen to you in the city, right? Read.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Stop. Are you familiar with the history of Savannah? Are you from Savannah?
No, sir. I'm from New Jersey, but I've been here for 21 years. So
okay, you're from New Jersey.
Okay.
Savannah.
That's a very bad history. What That's Savannah, Carolina.
Come on. Now, when all that bad stuff was happening to some of our ancestors, it not only happened in the city of Savannah, it happened in the fields, the plantation fields, cotton fields, right? God said, I'm going to make sure those bad things happen to you for breaking my law. Right? Read that again.
Verse 16, cursed shall thou be in the city.
Now when you turn on the TV, you see us being beat up by the police, shot and killed for stuff that didn't require it. You don't see that as much for other people. There was a guy, I forget his name, but he looks, when they saw this picture on the news, he looks Caucasian. He was on the run because he had attacked a police officer. He shot a police officer in the face. Now, before I tell you the second half of the story, you tell me, did they find him alive or did they kill him?
So, I don't want to second guess on that.
You want to second guess? They found him alive. They caught him alive and brought him in. And then we see the picture on the news, he's a Caucasian. Now,
see, there you go.
Let's change the story. If a black man had shot a police officer in the face, would the police find him alive or dead?
You know what happened, brother.
We know they found him dead.
They found him
God
dead.
told us stuff like this in the Bible, that these curses would happen to us above everybody else. Read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 16.
I was just talking to my mother-in-law about this. She said, do you think they'll find him alive? I told her the truth. I don't know. If he's black, they're not going to find him alive.
No, not at all.
But they found him alive. Then we see the picture, it's a white boy.
It's a white man.
Read what you got.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
That's us being cursed in the city. That our life, even today, with all the technology, the cell phone cameras, the cars, our life is still as in just as much doubt as when we were on the plantations being whipped by the slave master.
Bring it up.
No, the only thing that changed was the technology they used to beat us.
But then nothing changed for us black folk.
But nothing changed for us black folk.
No.
God said it would stay that way because we disobey his commandments.
Right.
You don't think God has the power to make this stuff stop?
Yes, indeed.
So why is he not making it stop? We just read the answer. Read 15 again.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
And then we're going to go to Hosea 5. I'm going to read the same explanation there.
But man, I understand that, though. But like I said, we understand that. But no, I just said that.
We're going to read it. We're going to read it.
Right.
We're going to read it. We made a serious agreement with God, and we signed it in blood. God meant for us to keep our end of the deal. So that's why he made the consequences so severe. Surely, if I tell him,
I don't believe that.
Surely, if I tell him how bad it is, we're gonna read it. 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 What you got?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Actually, stop. Go to Hosea 5:15. We're gonna read it. And then we can go back to Deuteronomy 28. Because
I don't think the Lord gonna do us all bad like that.
We're gonna read it.
We man of color, and we all speaking about this. I ain't gonna believe that, man.
Brother. Not only we're gonna read it for you, but we're gonna show you that. Ali, stay with me. Stay with me, Ali.
We've been enough of trials and tribulations and all things that nature.
Ali.
We've been enough to do all
that. We haven't gone through enough
already. Hey, but you telling me that the Lord to put that the Lord ain't gonna put the Lord.
We haven't gone through enough. We haven't gone through enough because we haven't changed. We haven't changed.
I consider there be a lot of false scripture. The Lord don't put nobody. The Lord don't want to put nobody.
We're gonna read it.
Put no much harm on none of us.
If I read it in the Bible,
especially the black folk.
If I read it in the Bible, is that gonna solve it?
Okay, all right, okay. I don't know, brother, because I don't know that. I don't know, brother.
Give me Isaiah.
I'm see what I'm sorry. Speak, brother. Speak.
We're gonna read it for in the Bible.
Okay, because we've been through enough trials and tribulations, brother.
But we haven't gone through enough.
I ain't gonna let you tell me that the Lord puts all that doom on us. Because the doom was always considered to be a black on the face of period. The doom always been on us.
Listen, it's been on us because of our disobedience. We just read that.
Nah, man. I'm going. Okay, brother.
Ali, we're gonna read it for you. We're gonna read it in the Bible. Ali, where you going? Ali, this is why God said, if you don't hearken, and what are you doing right now? You're not hearkening. We still doing the same thing.
You still trying to tell me that.
I'm not trying to tell you that. I'm repeating what God said.
You shouldn't know. I ain't gonna accept that, because that's just like we said. That's not being a black man. We did something so wrong, and that's why we getting all this doom upon us.
We did something wrong in our relationship.
Nah, I ain't want to hear that, bro. I ain't gonna try to hear that.
I
don't want to try to hear that.
I feel like Isaiah 45, verse 7. Isaiah 45 and 7. Ali, you're doing the same thing we've been doing, Ali. This is why we haven't gone through enough. For us to know we've gone through what we've gone through up to this point, and to still be capable of walking away proves we have not gone through enough.
Right.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. Bring it out. I form the light.
I do what?
I form the light.
The Lord God forms light. Yes, read.
And create darkness.
And do what?
And create darkness.
Oh, you thought some red man with a pitchfork creates darkness. Read.
I make peace.
I do what?
I make peace.
I can make you whole. Read.
And create evil.
Or I can decide enough hasn't been done to you yet. Enough has not been done to us yet. That's why we still scoffing. That's why we still going, nope, I got time. I'm gonna come up. Yeah, I'm gonna agree we've been through stuff, but I think we've been through enough. That's like when I would get a beating as a child, I would try to negotiate with my parent. I would say, hey, I'll punish myself. I'll do this, I'll do that, and I'll do this. And my parent would go, nah, that's not enough. Because how I want to punish you is what you're trying to avoid. That concept is all in the scriptures. Us as a people, we're trying to negotiate with God. Well, God, we've gone through enough. No, you haven't, because you haven't admitted your offense against me. So you have not gone through enough.
Right.
Read that again.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. Bring it out.
This is the Day of Atonement. This is the day you're supposed to be acknowledging your offense.
Right.
Read.
I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all things.
Go to Hosea 5 and 15. The Lord does all things. This is the ultimate, whatever you want to call mob boss. He signs off on everything. He sits in the chair. He signs off on who lives and who dies. On if the bird flies this high or flies this low. He signs off on everything.
Right.
So when the nations enslaved us, he already signed off on it for our disobedience.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15. Bring it out. I will go and return to my place. Till they acknowledge their offense.
Till they do what?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Not till they think they've had enough. Till they do what?
Till they acknowledge their offense.
It's like when you wrestling with your cousin or something and he puts you in a headlock and he tearing you up until you say, uncle. Until you admit, all right, I can't take it no more, you win. All right, I give up. We ain't said uncle yet. And we done had our arm twisted, turned up behind our back, split over our neck. We ain't said uncle yet. Read.
I will go and return to my place.
So God returned to his place. I'm not going forth for y'all in battle. I'm not going out with y'all. I'm not protecting you from the nations anymore. Read.
Till they acknowledge their offense.
Until you acknowledge what you did contrary to me. That you agreed to the terms and then turned around and broke the terms.
Right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.